Hi, I'm Liam Cole and welcome to The Real Toy Story, where I'll be talking about one of my favourite hobbies. You guessed it, toys. I mean, that is in the title, you've probably guessed that by now. Toys are a staple of most of our childhoods, be it superheroes, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Action Man, or even Barbie and Ken. These small pieces of plastic were essentials for those parents looking to distract their kids for half an hour. Or in my case, for as long as humanly possible. I was a real pain in the ass. Whilst most of us grow out of our plastic play pals and move on to more mature interests, nerds like myself continue to hoard them in their homes and display them proudly on their shelves for very few people to see. Toy collecting is an activity which has thrived throughout the years, a passion which has been kept alive for a number of different reasons. Some collect as a reminder for their childhood and an attempt to restore the past. Others, like myself, simply collect for the love of collecting. The feeling of completion and satisfaction one gets from buying a rare action figure or completing a collection is something which is difficult to explain for some. One of the most infamous toy lines was the original Star Wars line, released in 1978 by the company Kenner, following the 1977 release of the original Star Wars. Surprised by the film's immense popularity, the company were unable to keep up with the demand for toys based on the film's characters. They therefore introduced something called an early bird certificate package, in which customers, usually children, would instead receive a certificate which, at a later date, could be exchanged for 4 Star Wars figures. At the time, these figures were available for around $1.49, but if you're looking to get your hands on them today, you might just be out of luck because some have sold for up to $10,000 and more. Today, there are hundreds of different toy lines from hundreds of different companies, from more child-friendly toys such as Marvel Legends to more high-end and expensive collectibles such as Hot Toys and SH Figuarts. The display that you can see behind me is my own personal collection and consists of a number of different branded figures, including Marvel Legends, SH Figuarts, Mafex, Bandai model kits, NECA, and the Star Wars Black Series. I've been collecting now for around 5 years and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. The money I've spent, however, is something I try not to think about when trying to sleep at night. I don't have a problem. I might have a bit of a problem. While some might see an opportunity for financial gain, others simply collect for the joy of collecting, which is usually misconceived as immature behaviour. I've often tried to share my passion for toys and collectibles with my friends and family and received, let's say, a mixed response. Hey dude, so we've been friends for God knows how long now. There's just been something I've really wanted to share with you. You know, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I've just been sort of afraid to show it you because it's something it means a lot to me. But some people might misunderstand, and I was just wondering, can I show you, dude? Of course you can tell me, man. I'm your best friend. Like anything you show me, it's between us two. You know. I'm not going to laugh at you for what you're interested in. Go on, what is it you got to show me? As a part of this personal investigation into the misconceptions of toy collecting, I'm going to be talking to a couple of people face to face about their experiences with toy collecting, to get a general idea of what... Sorry, what was that? Yeah. So I'm going to be completely honest, I completely forgot about this coronavirus thing. We're not going to be able to do the interviews now, are we? No, brilliant. Mother. As part of this personal investigation into the misconceptions of toy collecting, I've been able to contact a few people through social media to get their experiences and thoughts on the hobby, since none of us are now legally able to be within 2 meters of each other. Luckily, one of my good friends, Reese, is willing to participate and share some of his opinions. Reese actually used to collect figures with me until one day he decided it was beneath him and sold his entire collection and stabbed me in the back. Anyway, let's hear what Reese, had to say.
I suppose I first started collecting action figures when I was a child. I had a few character options Doctor Who figures, which I loved. I was sad when we moved house and I lost them. But I didn't really start seriously collecting action figures until I got to about 14, 15 and got a job, because it's an expensive hobby. I'll say that for nothing. I collected action figures mainly because I didn't have many as a kid, and because I was sort of filling a void that I felt I had. And being as someone who, didn't have many friends and had no social life, and, I didn't go out anywhere, I just sat at home and played with my toys. It was really comforting to know that there were always people there when I came home at the end of the day that would be there for me, no matter what. I mainly collected Marvel Legends figures, which are like this brand of budget action figures, sort of. So like they're £20 a piece, and they're sort of between like proper adult collectibles and more gimmicky children's collectibles. I also really collected quite a few of the NECA Predator figures because I really enjoy the film series, and I think they're quite a dynamic addition to a collection. If you've got a Predator, it sticks out from the rest. Well, collecting's all well and good in your teens when you don't really have any responsibilities or needs that you have to pay for yourself. But as I started transitioning to more of the early adults, so about 17, 18, I realised that when I was going off to university, it would be impractical for me to take the figures with me, and also the money I would get from selling the figures would be more useful.
Thank you for that, Reese, you treacherous little man. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Next up is a fellow university student of mine, Connor, who writes, "As someone who used to toy collect, I find the hobby very enjoyable, as it had me going out a lot and doing a lot of window shopping and a lot of research on what new Hot Toys came out next. It was very exciting. In case you're wondering, Hot Toys are a company that produce figures that are aimed towards a more adult audience and are renowned for their extremely realistic likenesses and rather substantial prices. As you can see, I have a couple of Hot Toys in my own collection, which are the Infinity War Iron Spider and Han Solo from A New Hope. Whilst I do have these two figures that Hot Toys has to offer, I'm actually not a regular collector of the line, because if I did, my bank account would be even more desolate than it is right now. And that's saying a lot. Last up, I managed to get in contact with someone by the name of Jack Mills. Now, I don't personally know Jack, I've only spoken to him through a Facebook group that we're both in. However, he did sell me this SH Figuarts Ant-Man, so Jack, thanks for that. Jack writes, "I started collecting action figures as a child about 30 years ago. Birthdays, Christmas, and any other special occasion, I was easy to buy for, action figures. I was mainly interested in He-Man, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, and WWE wrestlers growing up. As an adult, with my own money, my hobby has cost me an amount I dread to guess. But I love collecting nonetheless. Over the years, I've focused on specific scales at different times, from 3 3/4 to 12 inch to finally 6 inch, which I collect today and where I have found the most enjoyment. I collect lots of different lines, Mafex, SH Figuarts, NECA, McFarlane and Mattel to name a few, with characters varying from Batman to Optimus Prime, to RoboCop, to Star Wars, to the Ultimate Warrior, and everything in between. What I love most is being able to take something from the screen and display that physical memory in my house. I now share my hobby with my 13-year-old son, who's also fallen in love with collecting, posing, and displaying these little pieces of plastic." Oh, goddamn, that's inspiring. This right here is what toy collecting is all about. It's about bringing smiles to faces. It's about bringing families closer together. Toys don't just have to be for children. They can be for whoever finds joy in them. Whatever we're passionate about, whether it's acting, singing, dancing, sports, coin collecting, or displaying small plastic men on a shelf. Nobody should ever be looked down upon, because we are what we're passionate about. And what I'm passionate about is toys. Thanks for watching. I've been Liam Cole. Right, is that all done? Sick. I can finally relax. What? This is just how I relax.